Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to apply CollisionShape3D to your object. When you do that, your player won't be able to pass through your object and go through the building. Alright, so first we'll take a look at my viewports, and then what I'll be using for this experiment is the low white building. You can use whatever object you like or you prefer. Now, when you actually put the object you want or you prefer in your scene panel, you click on your drop down, because your object usually must have a drop down. In my case, the low white have a drop down, so I'm going to click on the drop down. All right, so after clicking on the drop down, you see the properties of your object. In my case, I'm seeing the low white A. All right, so basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click on the low white. You can see here when I turn the camera, you can see the building. All right, so I click on my low white A. On the top of my screen, you see where they say mesh. You click on the mesh. Do note, whatever object you use, like whatever object you want to put on in your game or whatever you're doing, you must always see this. If you don't see this, that means the object maybe didn't import well or it isn't right. So now, after clicking on the mesh, you click on create collision shape. The first option, you see this menu. It says create collision shape placements. Now, in your collision shape placement, the thing showing here is sibling. So we want to click on the drop down arrow, and then we want to pick static body child, which is here the second option. We'll go down to collision shape type, what type of collision shape you want to use. For me, I'm gonna go with tri-mesh. You can click on the drop down though. You take a look at all of the options. Like I said, go with the tri-mesh. Let's pick the tri-mesh over others. All right, what we want to do here is to keep the create button, and boom, just like that, we have our CollisionShape3D enabled. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to use my player to go into this building that doesn't have an interior to see if the CollisionShape3D actually worked. If I'm unable to go inside, it means the CollisionShape3D was actually successful and it worked. All right, so let's save it. You click on save. All right, right now you're going back to your world, and then we're going to load the game. Alright, so I'm walking towards the building. You can see the building right in front of me. Let's use some super speed to make it, for us to get it faster. So you can see I can't go into the building, can't pass through it. I turn on my see, so this building already got CollisionShape3D, meaning I can't pass through it. So that's just it. Alright, so I want to show you when you disable CollisionShape3D. I want to show you that your player will be able to pass through the building or the object on the mountain, wherever you put there. Right, so basically we're going to cancel the gameplay. Trying to cancel the gameplay. Alright, and all since we did, we're going to reverse it. We're going to click on the drop down in low wide. Alright, we're going to reverse everything we did here. We're going to either reverse it. This arrow here is for reverse. You say you reverse it, or if you don't want to reverse it, you could just delete it. But in my case, we're going to reverse it for this tutorial. All right, so we reverse everything. We click on save. You can look over here. The start disappeared, means everything is saved and reversed. All right, so basically this was how the video was the first time we go to the world. We haven't enabled CollisionShape3D here. The first thing we did was to enable it. We tested it out to see if a player passed through the building. It didn't, means it was successful. Now this is the pass prior to enabling the CollisionShape3D. All right, so what we're going to do here, we're going to press on play. We go to the building. You can see that if we go into this building, we just pass through the building because the CollisionShape3D has already been, disabled. Basically, I'm inside my building. Or inside the building, I just pass through the object without breaking any sweat, which is good. Look, we passed through the building. We came outside. The building. All right, so let's just quickly enable it back on. For those of you who didn't get the first one. All right, so go to the low wide. We click on the drop down. we click on the property of the low wide or the object you're using. In my case, the low wide A. Then we see the mesh. You click on mesh once again. You hit on create collision shape. You leave your drop down. You find in your drop down your collision shape placement. You find the static body child, which I already did before. I click on it again. In your collision shape type, you need to pick the type of collision shape you want to use. In our case, and in your case, I would prefer you go tri-mesh. Tri-mesh is the best option. And after doing those two settings, you click on hit button. Then voila, just like that, you have your CollisionShape3D enabled on your building or your object or your mapping or your terrain, whatever you want to use. Then here you click on save, you go to your word, hit the play button. Let's just quickly run there because you know we're fast and all. Thank you for the video. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more updates and more solutions to your problem and your development. Bye.